All right, hello everyone. This is Gregory Jensen here with Distinguished Billiards, and we're getting started here with Top of the Valley. We're good to go, gentlemen. They're getting their Salotto set up. I believe they're going to be flipping for the break here. All right, and this is for first place as they get going. Go out here and sure. All right, looks like potentially here Jacob EASLEY has won the break. All right, top of the valley for first here. Jacob previously he has first place right now. He is defending it. We have equally matched Fargos here coming into this thing. But a 454 versus a 454. Expect a really fun matchup here. Just gonna jump out here real quick and share this thing on socials. All right, top of the valley here for first place to hold first place for the moment. Jacob EASLEY to break. Playing 10 ball, race to 9. All right, Jacob potting ball on the break. Gets a nice look at the 1 ball. Looks like we might have the 8-10 just a little tied up. Let's see how he gets shape on 2. Just stop shots for the 2. Coming in with confidence here early in the rack. He's going to do a little bit of work to get shape on the 3 ball. It's going to go forward, come around, going to run into the 10 ball. Going to position himself inside of the Salotto magic rack there. Doesn't like this. I think he was looking for just a little bit of momentum coming out of the cue ball as he was pushing through that. Don't know if he's going to consider a jump shot here. We're probably going to be doing a kick shot. Oh, oh no, I'm sorry. He's on the 4 ball there. He went for a jump shot on the 4 ball. Apologies, I thought he was over here by the 7 ball, but that is incorrect on my end. All right, so Raymond TOMAS getting ready to come to the table with ball in hand with really quite the elegant table to really get going with here. We're going to look at the 4 to the corner pocket. Potentially going to be drawing off the 4 ball to shape the 5. That's the critical shot here. Really get from the 4 to the 5 well. Snaps the ball down table. Gets a little bit under the edge of the 4. But respectively still able to pot the ball and get shape. He's just got to make sure he misses the 10 as he goes through it to make shape. Ooh, he was going to play it long, just shooting the force off to the pocket. Could have spent probably a little more time there making sure he made the ball. But he missed it fairly well. Leaves Jacob at edge of the ball. Hello, Char School 3, if I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Jacob really working to make some good shots early in this match. Didn't get left much there after Raymond missed his opportunity previously. But he gets shape up a table for the 5 ball. Raymond potentially using 2 rails to keep shape for the 7, but might just use 1 if he wants to speed the cue ball. Let's see what he does. He's going with the 2 rail option here. Doesn't quite get exactly where he wants to be because now he's got to worry about the 9 ball coming into play with potting the 7, but he should be able to naturally miss it with the tangent line coming off the ball to shape the 8. He does do that well. Does he hold it? Oh, he does. Look at this. Whew, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hold a ball and get shape, I think that's one way you do it. Plays off the 9. Don't know if he was doing that on purpose or not, but looked good either way. Gives himself a nice shape on the 9. Kind of rushing into the 9 there. Like to make the 9 here and just slow back down just a hair coming from the 10 ball. Don't want to start rushing your shots too much, especially with this opportunity here at the final ball in this rack. All right. Nicely split. Does play it for effect. Does it drop? Oh, he plays it for effect. Look at. Oh, he is sweating that. But he gets in it early with one right there. All right. It's 10 ball today. Race to 9. You can play the 10 as an option ball coming through it. If it's near the pocket, you apply a ball to it. It's bossed back up. No early 10s. 3 foul rule in effect. We'll see if that comes into play in this match at all. As Raymond's to Thomas with his 454 Fargo playing Jacob EASLEY with his 454 Fargo. Always nice to see two players evenly match, especially playing for a first place situation. Right, so Raymond racking the break there. Sponsors EVO Cues, Team Paggy Lane, Alex Paggy Lane, as well as Salotto. Salotto Pro, they are using Salotto today, so that this match does garner Fargo. Even EVO Cues is starting to evolve slightly to give affordable cues to players that need cues that are consistent. And I've been working with them as an affiliate, and I'm going to actually potentially start using some of those cues myself, put their paces, and give you guys some feedback. All right. Raymond to break. See what his break produces. Pots a ball doesn't. I think he has an angle on the 1. Might be looking at a combo shot there. Let's see if we get something else here from the other end of the table. Here he pots the 10 on the break, which is not a win. It just keeps you at the table. Doesn't look like he has the best angle on the 1 ball, but sometimes the balls on the table can be deceptive. Might be able to carry him off the 1. He calls a push shot. Alright, so he's going to use a push shot there to try to control the angle of position against Jacob. Let Jacob have an opportunity to make a good shot. But Jacob's going to play it back to him. Oh, no, apologies. He gave it back. So Jacob wasn't willing to go for that. Gave it back to Raymond. So Raymond then working to apply table control and go for a safety here. So Jacob calling a bank shot. Fires at it a bit. It doesn't quite get the movement out of the ball. I think he leaves enough angle there for the 1 ball to come off of the ball near the top right corner pocket. So it is playable. Can get shaped back to the 2. See where that ball into the pocket lands after impact. Don't know if it comes into play as much as a situation here. See his body shows us through this shot. He's going to have to thin this to the pocket. Really, really well played natural ball speed there. And let's clear the 10 ball. Or for the shot, I think he does. Is clear the 6. Says he does. He's going for the side. There's often about a quarter inch more, sometimes like an eighth, at the table that you actually can't quite see from the camera view. Alright, so Raymond is pacing himself a little quick, but I'm one to talk. However, I think that's coming into play a little bit there, where he might want to calm himself down just a little bit on his pace. Jacob makes the 4, but the 5 over here at this tie-up situation, he's got some work to do with it. He's going to kick at it. Really nice impact on the kick. Let's see Raymond's ability here with cutting this ball thin. He might have the opportunity, if he's so bold, to come off the rail. Not that angle exactly, but to come off the rail, off of the ball, and thin it over. But he's going to go for the safety shot, maintain table control. Jacob this angle here to come across. Yeah, makes the ball. Little shot, Jacob. Little shot. He's just going to make a really nice bank shot with table control. Getting a little bit of rushing coming on here between both players. Just calm down. Shoot the shot just a little cleaner. It's not going for the back cut. Kind of was wondering if Raymond would go for the back cut there and take the natural wide angle past the 10 for the 7 ball. Jacob, playing it. It gets dirty. Little straight. He's got enough room to make rail speed to shape the 8, though. Not in the pocket, Jacob, sir. Dangerous, dangerous shot place to make a scratch or a foul situation. 10 ball, leaving your opponent 3 balls with ball in hand. Especially when your 9 and 10 line up pretty naturally. See if Raymond gets favorable shape off this 8 ball potting here. He's just going to play the ball clean to the pocket. He's positioned himself well. Yeah, he put himself on the thicker side of the potting the 9, so he gets shape on the 10 without having to do much. He shoots that very well. Still, Raymond playing a little faster than I'm used to seeing him play, but potting balls. So it's again, I do the same thing. So when they talk, but it's just one of those deals. So when you play right there, any bit of rushing becomes a mistake. If you just slow down an extra quarter time, you get a little more consistency of if you did rush a shot, kind of get away with it. So, all right. So early here, Raymond up 2. Both these gentlemen kind of really working aggressively through these racks. Seeing Raymond work on a couple table control options. Jacob here getting to break as they are using an alternate break format, which is part of the rules. Nice big break from Jacob. The 6 goes in. The 1, though, is not in the place where he wants it to be. You might see a pogo stick come out here. Little jump situation. He could kick at this as well, though. Both shots equally in play. It's just a matter of this. He's going to do it for a push. He says, "I'm going to push it." He does push it all the way into the side pocket, and that's not where you want that to be for a push situation. But he's going to hand it back, get it back to the table here for Raymond. Now Raymond does have a runnable rack here, so if he stays in stride, finds a pace, he does have a fairly decent potential to be out. He's going to use the outside thicker angle of the 1 ball to speed for the 2. Like so. Yeah, just get a little rotation of the ball and just let it rest. Three's going to be a little bit of a pocket speed shot, I believe, unless he wants to just move the cue ball around a lot. No, he's going to say pocket speed, let it roll right to the pocket. All right, four on the side, shape down for the five. Get that a little on the outside edge, but still super manageable. Let's moving the Salotto rack around off the table. He's just got to be a little careful. Get a nice clean shot for the seven. Yeah, he does that well there. Question is now, is he going to draw heavy or go forward and come back around through the table? I think he's going to draw a little bit heavy. Pot it with a little bit of pocket speed. Let's see, there's that thing I was talking about with the if you're playing at maximum speed and then you kind of get down and you sort of want to rush a shot, you don't get away with it. And, I'm sure he knows better as much as I know better, or many of us know better, but we still do. Alright, so Jacob went for the side, didn't get it, but got a nice safety out of the situation. Expect to see a kick safe out of Raymond. He might be calling the side pocket over here. It always behooves someone to call a shot because sometimes you still make them. Even if it felt like it was low percentage, it becomes natural percentage. So Jacob looking to get in this thing here. All right, so yeah, Raymond STO TOMAS, or STO TOMAS, I believe is maybe the correct way to say it, but he is fine with either. I've asked him about it before, so it leaves Jacob here with a jump shot. See Jacob's ability to get over a close 10 ball. Doesn't quite get there. It's going to give it back to him. We do have some pretty tight rules on touching balls after a foul in Top of the Valley. However, these gentlemen did discuss it a little bit and said we're okay with a little bit of friendly gestures with the ball. And as long as no one creates a situation, that'll be what it'll be. So I would expect maybe the 9 ball to go in the side pocket, potentially over here after this shot. I think that's what he was going for, but he sends it wide. Oh, look at this. Get away with it, because I think he really liked the option of being like somewhere in here. But he's fine with this too, because this naturally gets shaped. You just got to stay down through the shot, get it in the pocket. Didn't quite get the side speed of the ball, so it would be up in this zone. But shooting off the rail, take your time. Just coming to the edge of the ball right here. I was trying to get there fast enough. I got to it, but right as he impacted it, there we go. So, yeah, Raymond STO TOMAS delivering his third rack now. I think Jacob maybe just needs to focus a little more on the back end of the rack control. Those mistakes could really kind of come in and start to really hurt you in 10 ball, where you gotta stay really prominent on the last few balls in the rack. Really know that the table's going to maintain control when you're at it and making the shots that are keeping you getting back to the table, not selling out a little bit of those extra angles to your opponent. Raymond out of Oak Harbor, who spends a lot of time over there with the really strong players in Oak Harbor, and they're really working to bring him up as a player. So that being also a item that's increasing his ability. Check the break here. Drops the 5 on the side. 6 almost goes on the side, but misses. Shapes up a little angle for the 1, 8, 10 though situation right here. Where's the 7? 7 ball being where it is. You make the 1 come around 2, around the table for the 2. Get the 3 back up table. Come back for the 4. What does he have after that? The 5's out on the table. The 6 to the 7. I think if he can get in here for the 7 ball shot and pot the 7 over here, he can get a natural breakup for the 8. Potentially run this rack out. I'm sure he's thinking some version of that, but he's got to really get there now because he's got angles. But his angle on the 4 didn't get quite what he wanted out of it there for the shape off the 3. Whenever he's going to shoot a 3 long, come down table backwards. Draw the ball this way. Just a little too robust on the outside edge of it to get shaped to put the 4 up here. So perfect plan, in my opinion. Just execution just fell short. Oh, Jacob had opportunity to get a safe there, but I don't think he got impact to the rail after touching the 3 a little. He's going to give ball and hand back to Raymond. Raymond might start working on a 3 foul situation here. I think that would be a great option for him. Yeah, he does do a great job of hiding the 3, but he does not bury the cue ball at all, which will just give Jacob an easy opportunity to get right back into it. But he did not get back to the rail for a second time here. All right, so now I would expect that Raymond would go for his 3 foul attempt here. He's on 2. Unless he's going to no, I think he's going to go for making the ball and try to run this rack out. It is a very runnable rack at this point. He is. No, he's going for 3 foul. Okay. The angle he was shooting that 3 would naturally get to the 4 the way he was doing it, so I thought that's what his situation was going to be going for here. Oh, he gets a 3 foul on Jacob today. All right. And just to be clear, that is not easy to do against any developed pool player. And Jacob being a developed pool player, you really just congratulate your opponent on doing a very fine job because it's that difficult. It seems like getting 2 on a pool player is reasonable. Like we get away with that quite a lot, but getting that 3rd foul is just it's powerful. It's difficult to do. So as a player, Jacob would immensely have to be congratulating Jacob or Raymond on doing such a great job getting a 3 foul, and hopefully not beating himself up too much on it because the task is definitely challenging. All right, so Jacob coming with the break, pots the ball on the side, gets a decent look at a 1 ball bank shot that would clean up for the 2 ball in the side pocket. Get to the 3, goes to the 4, 5, 6. It's a runnable table if he makes. He's just got to make the 1 on the side and get shaped for the 2. And then after that, the table's pretty well manageable. He gets that. Yeah, he gets the 2 look here. It's a little on the thicker side than what he wanted it to be. You can use the 9 though for speed, unless he's going to safety. He might safety. He decides to either. I don't know if he's trying to pot the ball or safety or just hit that 2-way. It could have been a very versatile 2-way shot that he did there. It's a really strong way to do table control. The 10 ball's slightly in the way of a kick shot, but there's still some angle to work some ball manipulation. If you come to the outside part of the table, The way he's lining up this way, yeah, you can naturally get to this rail. Oh, he hits it even better than that. However, he doesn't get shape on. That's the thing with you hitting it that well. He hit it too good. He hit it too good. Kind of get stuck like this. Had he caught this rail right here a little bit with the shot, he probably would have had a better angle. But it's easy to talk about that when you can see the top of the table and not the side. I believe that's ball in hand, or did he? No, I think he caught. Did he catch the ball? No, he caught the ball in the rail. Then Jacob going for the combo. All right, so he leaves Raymond. Manageable shot. Watch the stroke control Raymond can deliver here. I've seen him do this. Yeah, that's really solid stroke control. That's not feeding the ball too much and understanding how to absorb the speed into the object ball. So kind of punched that a bit. Has an okay angle on the 6. Might use 2 rails to shape the 7. Going to use 1 and deal with the speed of it getting close. Doesn't get too close. Nicely hit ball. That can get away from you really quickly here. So stomps on it a little bit here. Hit it soft but stomp on it. Didn't stomp on it enough to keep the ball straight though. Yeah, I think he could have spent a little more time understanding on stalling the ball to the angle of the 8, feeling it, and then stomping on the 7. Just a touch shot. It's not a hard stomp, but you just gotta make sure you stamp the ball to the pocket, stay away from the side. So Jacob with a very manageable chance to get on the board here. I'd like to see some inside, maybe top, come 2 rails. Shape the 9. Wants to go for a bank and take the angle. It's also not a bad plan. My call there, put the opposite side pocket and play for a scratch as if he didn't stroke the ball well. However, the object ball would almost always go in. So that would just be a speed control stroke situation. Ooh, Raymond didn't quite get his preset pulls going well in that shot there. Jacob, 2 rail shape. No, gonna bounce it 1. Okay. Could do 2 rails and get to the side as well. Both of them are worth the same. Leaves himself, I think, a little longer here shooting this shot than the side shot. Don't know Jacob's shot percentage and how comfortable he is with the long cut like this or the shorter stab to get there, but comes out about half a diamond wide. Leaves Raymond stabbed up on the rail. Is it touching? Is it not? Can't see from this angle here either. Raymond coming in to look at it though. There is a 4-rail bank here, but why would you do that? He's going to kick it backwards and try to send it back to the same angle to have Jacob deal with it. Does that well. Let's see if we can pot this bank shot. It's a good opportunity to do so. Comes a little full to the outside angle and leaves Raymond a manageable shot to the side pocket here. I'm going to push on this ball soft. Make sure it goes, yeah, just like that. You start punching at this ball or stabbing at it, doing anything to create a friction shot or hit. They kind of go offline, or when they hit the edge of the pocket, they want to rattle or bounce out. So Raymond doing a really good job there to execute the stroke to pop that ball without delivering too much into it. So 5-0 here. This is a dangerous spot for Jacob to start to be in now. This is where players really can also they'll start to develop a way to get through this by just getting natural with what they do. And let's see if Jacob can start to do that here. A lot of times, I've heard it called your give up stroke, and it's not that you're giving up, but it's more that you're not really trying or as hard as if you were trying too hard before, or you just weren't in your natural routine or natural game. You get to that point where you're like, I'm just going to do it, and then you just kind of get natural with it, and then you start getting some really good ball percentages going. So I really hope that Jacob can start to deliver that here. So Raymond for the break. Nothing in yet. Oof, but man, what a situation to give to Jacob. Being down a few racks. He might have enough angle off the rail to contact into the one if he wants, but he really technically I think needs to be getting that is the wrong way to use that arrow. Right in here on this one ball, really thin. Do it this way here. Yeah, really thin in here. Right there. To make that 8 ball happen. And I think going for the 8 ball, if he was going for ball, would be the better ball there, unless you could play the spin off the 8 for the 1 ball. But he did well to leave Raymond a little tougher. Ooh, all right. So now Raymond is going to give Jacob the opportunity here with ball in hand. I think we can see some separation right here. So I believe the 1 ball can go. Puts a little power into it, and that's where the diamond rails are going to be less forgiving. They do have a bit of springiness to them. Oof, plays with the side pocket a little, doesn't get by the 4 to get to the 2 though. Alright, so he's going to tie himself up. He's going to kick this long. Wonder if we expect to see him go this way with it here. Come up to this angle, get over here and kick it. He actually could call it here. See what happens. See what he gets. Gets there nicely. Glances off the rail though. Doesn't quite have to spin. Yeah, I think he kind of babied that shot just a little bit. Jacob coming up table through his angle. He's got 3 going to come around for the 4, I predict, just because the ball spin is going to happen. Oh, he's going to run into the 4, reshape it. It's going to have to hit the 4 to the side and come across table for shape to the 5. Oof, doesn't quite get there, but doesn't quite get a safety out of it. I know a lot of people that are working on the way they develop their game might feel this is an automatic scratch shot. There is enough room to come into the angle of this ball here, still pot it, and get off the rail and get out over here. It's the finesse of the stroke here. Just you got to know the ball angle and feel the finesse, but you got to get it right. And that's I think Raymond understood the shot. I think he was slightly in misalignment for the shot. And that's the thing with that previous shot too is you actually have to aim it here and then hit it here, so that way the miss carries into the ball and the throw makes the ball into the pocket. And you just got to hit it very well. So carrying back on here to what is likely to be a 5-8 combo attempt. The distance between those balls can make potting the 8 a little not challenging, but just you got to control the 5 after potting 8. And you don't want it to go in, though. You don't want it to go in. And it did go in. So you end up with this situation on the 6 thereafter. I think he's going to two-rail kick as his body language is showing at the moment. I feel like maybe this is a good opportunity to get the jump stick out. But he feels like kicking at it and giving away ball in hand. Alright, so Jacob to hopefully here work the 6 ball into the corner pocket with a little bit of stun draw. Move it back a hair. Leave yourself enough room to get angle off the rail to the 7 ball. Sometimes you just gotta miss and miss well. He does that there to leave Raymond. A tough situation here. So Raymond pushes it off the rail, and however, it does leave a decent looking safety, but he does leave Jacob multiple kick opportunities. Alright, so Jacob felt good about the kick to the corner. Didn't quite get in alignment with it. Still would like to see maybe a jump shot here. But he's going to play it to the pocket. Raymond does not like that. He didn't have to do the jump shot, but if he was going to go for anything, I think he should have went for table control there. Continued to maintain the same level of play, and that's the thing that a lot of players, have to always understand, work and focus on. When you're up 5 racks or any amount of racks in a match situation, you want to maintain playing the same way. You don't want to die off or back off your game because you're ahead. Understanding that you're the same player no matter what, whether you're on the I'm learning side of a rack or the I'm winning side of a rack. You want to do it well. You need consistency because that's part of learning to be extremely consistent. It's not necessarily even thinking about that you're winning or you're learning. Kind of trying to get away from a little bit of the winning versus losing thing because if you are a player that's very passionate about the game like the of us are, the word losing is you're losing that one, but technically you're learning more and more what not to do. And pool can be such a challenging game to be a consistent winner at because the mistake ratio has to be so consistent. And you have to understand how many mistakes you're making per rack, per shot, and understand those things and do them well without spending time thinking about it as you execute through the way that your routine goes. Just be natural about it and go back to what is working for the way you're potting balls, the way that you're doing your game. Because we're all different. Our minds all work different. Our bodies work different. And finding your perfect balance of consistency will take growth. So Raymond shooting that well, a little on the thick side to let the cue ball roll up to shape that for the side pocket. And hit a little full. He's been doing the full shots up pretty well, almost. I feel like a little commentator curse there. gives EASLEY an opportunity for maybe a bank shot or a long. I'm fairly strong with these long cuts like this, so I might try to cut this in unless I can get the bank angle going to the side pocket the way I like. Just got a little bit better angle on the ball coming to this one. He's got to understand he's on the inside edge of the 10 to pot it. It's going to throw just a little bit. So if you are outside too much, you're going to miss it because it's going to not let the ball get to the pocket. It would miss to the outside edge over here slightly, but he did that one really well. I'm glad he saw that angle correctly and got through it. All right, so Raymond up here, 3 racks or 6 racks, 3 racks to go. Have the Salotto towel on the table, and that means these players are taking a break. We'll let them relax and take a little bit of a break as well there, and get up here and take a look at the Salotto video.
Want to feel the pressure of competition in your everyday pool games against your buddies? Want to send your own matches to FARGORATE? Download Salotto now. Your race, your place. It's time to make your matches count. Salotto, the pool player's app, now featuring monthly cash and prizes.
Of course, EvoSports doing what they do well.
Introducing EvoSports, the future of live streaming. It's now easier than ever to stream and share your action. We use the best equipment for high-quality HD image. Invite a commentator from anywhere in the world. EvoSports is the evolution in billiards entertainment. Live streaming has never been easier. Simply enter your name, add your race length, and start your stream. Join us on YouTube at EvoSports Streaming or at evosports.live.
And if you're out there watching, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for at Distinguished Billiards. Continue the growth of pool in our local area. And as always, sponsored by Salotto. We've got Alex Pagulayan on the roster, as well as EVO Cues, Rhino Cues. A lot of cues that are doing a lot of work for players with an affordable budget to still produce consistency that matters when you get to the table. And that's one of the things that I was talking about earlier that I was working on here coming up soon is doing reviews for EVO Cues, as well as switching out my own cues and just using EVO Cues for a little bit, giving some real feedback on how they actually work so that players that are entry level on a budget, just trying to make sure they have a consistent cue that don't exactly have a feel or know where they want to go yet with their game or their cues. It's just a little bit of feedback, a little bit of knowledge that'll just let players develop and understand that here's a cue that's affordable that you can put in your hands that's going to give you the consistency that these players can produce and players above them even. Because ultimately, the player makes the cue doesn't make the player. Certainly, we all like to have high-end cues. I know I certainly enjoy them myself, and we all know they're not cheap. And we all have our own cue makers, our own cue brands, our own cue sponsors. So many different just dynamics into what cue's the right cue for you. And sometimes it's fun to use a different cue. You go to a different establishment, you go to different tournaments or anything, and well, if you're in a tournament, you want to have your consistency up, so you really want to understand that the cue you're using is the cue that's working well for you. But practice, playing different places, playing with friends, is a good place to try a new cue to work with a different cue if the cue you have isn't quite up to standards or up to par of consistency for you, and or as a player as you develop, you reach out to your peers and those above you, and you say, "Hey, what do you think of this cue? Should I use this? Should I use that?" You never quite know exactly what the next best thing is yet until you're to your point of doing that. And the only way to get there is through using different equipment. And so that's kind of where bringing the affiliation and with sponsorship and working with some of these different cue brands that aren't your higher end cues, but are certainly very consistent, very usable cues at price points that don't break the bank. And that's where Distinguished Billiards is really trying to support giving back to players to where we can say, hey, this cue brand is where you start. You start in this environment and build from here. So just a little insight on kind of some thoughts and practices that we're working with here to help all levels of players as they want to develop and become the best version at the table they can be. All right, so Jacob EASLEY back at the table here to rack. Down 6-0. It's a tough spot to be in, mister. But we've all been there if you've played pool enough. Doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean you change. You grind till the end. We don't always, we can say in it to win it, but sometimes we're in it to do our best and learn what didn't work. And that's what competition is like. Spanning across every sport that's out there: football, golf, baseball, basketball, just ball sports in general. How many times are these teams so consistent? It's rare. It does happen, but it's rare. And it's like in pool, you are the team, unless you're playing, in a multiplayer event. But you're your entire team. You're your defense. You're your offense. You're your special teams. Where are you at with it? What are you doing with it? How are you putting it together? These are critical things that you really have to develop as a seasoned skilled player. And each aspect, requires work every day. And I know, just like myself, both these players every day are working on every aspect of what they're doing with it. So it's really, just really exciting to see these players come up here and do their best working against each other as they compete. Raymond kind of getting a 3. He gets by it. Does he like it? I think he does like it. He really just dived deep past the 2 here with a little bit of outside spin. He's got to shoot over the net, so he's got to use top as well. He's going to probably use 2 rails for shade. He does. Gets nice on the 3. Gets a little thick. Has to jack up over the 10 control speed. It's going to take the angle. You just got to be good enough. That's the thing. Make the ball be good enough. And that's what he's doing. He's did well there. Now he's just got to do that again. Make the ball be good enough. Don't get in the pocket, though. Oof. Is the point in the way of the angle? It's going to be hard to tell for us here. Let's look at this side, see what he does with it. It could be in the way. He might be banking impact here. He says I can do it, though. Let's see if he can. Oh, he falls short. As he gives it. Does EASLEY have a masse game? He's going up into a masse stance. A little swerve for the love. Gets the bump. He's got a great opportunity here to get on the board. You got to hit the 6 ball to the side well to get shape on the 7. traffic down table, get around the table, but a little bit of struggle there. So on the 6 ball here, Raymond might just safety it, but however, one moment. Sorry, I'm with that. So he did have this really nice, pretty thin angle where he could have sent the 6 ball full table, and it would have fed out past the 9 and shaped the 6. Percentage wise, do you go for that? Nah, probably not. You shouldn't, but man, that's a nice shot when you make it. All right, so Raymond back to the table. 6 ball. I think he maybe if he wants to make it, you could back cut this and get better shape, but cut it to the side and take the angle. Oh, he hits that like it owes him money. That was beautiful. Just gonna just hit this little full with a little bit of bottom right draw. I might hit it just center stun draw. Just don't kill it too much. Oh, he's gonna go big to the top. All right, respectable. Lowers the percentage of the shot, but if you know, you know. Hit this thick to the little inside right, just a hair. See, that's the thing there. You know, I know Raymond will watch this, so worked so well on the previous shot to make it and do it well to come up to a higher percentage shot and disrespect it. And that's one of the videos I've posted up before is don't disrespect the shot because it'll punish you. So Raymond now to the corner, come off one round of shape, hit this one right above thin. Let the ball speed naturally happen. He wants to get a little bit of power into it. It's not bad, but could have been clean. He's doing well, so I'll give him a little bit of more judgmental feedback. He's going to have to punch this now a little more forward because he hit that up going a little bit too much. And did not quite work well enough on shape. Yeah, that's what happens. And it's easier to sit as a commentator and see the angles when you're above the table versus when you're looking at the side of the table. So a little bit of see what happens there. Now if he's going to hit this in the side pocket, I like to see him hit it just a hair on the thicker side and overstroke the ball without hitting it hard. Let the ball loose barely so it comes down in the shape of 10 off 2 rails. It'll naturally roll into shape. Oof. See, yeah. Hit a little on the thin side of it, punching the ball a little bit. It's going to throw it outside the ankle, create a situation. Jacob has a good opportunity here to pot the 9. Come up, miss the angle just a bit for the 10. Back cut the 10. I believe he's going to get back cut on the 10 here. Going to leave a fairly manageable 10 ball here for Raymond. Just pot the outside edge and just touch the rail with the ball. He just has to hit the full and touch the rail. Okay. Those both were. Goes up 7-0. Surmounting odds are beginning to develop here for Jacob, unfortunately. Really hoping that he can find a gear to get back in this thing. As a commentator, I'm always going to promote both players doing their best at the table. So Raymond working to set up his break here. His break's been working fairly well. I'd give him about a 60% positive rating on his break so far in this match. He's had some situations where some balls did not land very well, but he also was fortunate to make nothing. So he just gave Jacob bad situations to deal with, and that's always hard to do in 10 ball. You can't get going, you can't get anywhere. You have to work on table control, and kind of does that one more time here. Looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 balls on the table. Yeah, he's got a bank shot on the one. He's got to work on safety here. I think if he kicks at the one and buries the cue ball down table a little bit past the 2-7, he could have given Raymond a tough shot to deal with and got himself into an opportune situation here. So he left Raymond a ball speed shot situation where Raymond can choose to punch the ball or just let his stroke develop as he hits it through, pot the ball and get shape. I think you're going to see the stroke shot happen. Yeah. Use the stroke speed. Did not quite stay down there. He kind of rolled his cue through it. But he got a safety out of it. He could have been going for a safety, but I doubt that was what the plan was here. It's going to force Jacob probably into a jump. He's got a kick, but it's a wild kick. It really he doesn't let the cue ball loose a lot on that sort of kick shot there. If that was his only opportunity, he should go for it. But let me see Jacob working into his jump shot. Impacts the one. Does the one get behind the 10? Get behind the 10? Doesn't get behind the 10. Does it go though? Don't know if it goes. Even with spin, even with it, like in a infraction sort of angle to where he comes into it with spin. I think it's going to be safety. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way that ball felt like it would throw with impacting the 10. Could be foul though. It's not foul. Jacob to shoot the one. Does not pot the one. Leaves Raven a pretty good shot on the one here. Raven having to deal with a little bit of draw shape for the 2. As he looks at this, he might want to punch off the 9 using the white part of the 9 ball as he hits it, unless he goes for safe, to get shape. And he's going to go for safe. Doesn't get safe. Not the best table for Jacob, though. So Jacob able to pot a ball and get up here, but got a 2 ball to the corner cut. I think it's the best option. Try to get some shape. You can bank the 2, but safety situation maybe coming in. Now here, Raymond has got a decent opportunity to bank this, but a better opportunity to really land a nice safety here. He actually could come 2 rails for a safe. This is exotic, but he could come into the ball here, down to here, and lay the cue ball into here, and not sell it out the way that happened. Is that the best option? I don't know, but it is a very lucrative chance to make your opponent not like you very much. Ooh, pots that well. Gonna cut this. Back cut this to the corner. Apparently, it's body language says maybe. I'm going to power to the 9. Option. 10 ball, there is the option. If you putt a ball that did not call off a legal hit, your opponent can go, I don't want to do this. Apparently that's how Raymond feels about this. He just goes, Jacob, I don't want to do this. And Jacob's like, I don't want to do this either, but it's jump shot. Gets a nice hit off the jump this time. It almost goes in the side, but lines up for Raymond. Raymond looking at a decent potential to finish the rack here. So Raymond walked over there. When he walked over there, I believe he was looking at the 8-5 angle, mostly the 8 angle before he shoots his 3 ball. So he knows how to play to get to that 5-8 situation. He's going to just take it down table a little bit. I thought he would try to draw it off the ball and recorrect the other way, but no, he's like, I will take this ball speed, gamble, and do it well. He's gotta do some work here off the 5 to shape the 6. He might just draw short and dead and shoot the 6 up table. He's got enough room to kill it off the outside edge and make it dead. Doesn't do that. 8 gets back into play. Does he see the 6 ball? Don't think this helps. Let's look at this side. Sees the bank shot. Let's see if he makes the bank from this angle. Kicks at it. It wasn't the bank, it was a kick. Nice opportunity here for Jacob to be able to get a point on the board. Thin the 6, control the cue ball speed, 2-round bounce, get shape on the 7. Little bit of body English coming into play. Gonna kill the ball speed just a hair. So Raymond to punch up high a little bit to get shape. Yeah. Miss the side pocket or go in the side pocket. That is also one of your possibilities there. First real big sellout that I'm seeing Raymond go with here or make potentially. There's Jacob, a 7 to the side, 8 in the corner, 10, 8 in the corner, yeah, 10 in the top right corner. Little bit of ball touch speed control here. Hit it on the fuller side, just bump it. There we go. Coming to the back edge of the 10, get on the board. Gets in there. Alright, we don't have a skunk in the house, so let's go. Alright, so Jacob gets one on his side now. And he is up to rack in this alternate break format. Jacob looking to defend first place against Raymond. Take a short break here as Raymond is racking. Jacob is racking. My apologies. Alright, so Jacob racking here 10 ball. See what his break is going to deliver. He's had some decent breaks, really. Just putting together a complete out, kind of struggling to find the right mojo for that to get there. So scratch on the break, nice spread ball layout. Oh, you potted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did not pot anything but the cue ball. Raymond here going to look at a few angles, especially the 2 ball angle. Solid opportunity to get out here for Raymond. Like to see that focus dial in a little stronger. Get that time consistency, not rushing quite as much, so that he can get his natural shot ability, delivering outcomes. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more of that showing up once more for Raymond. Felt too natural about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, whoa. Soft touch here. Soft touch. It's a lot to be soft. So it's not interesting, but really, really nice pool player shot, as I'd call this here for Raymond. He's going to draw off this round shape of the four ball. And miss the pocket. You gotta miss the pocket. You know the pocket's there. You're shooting over top of the pocket. It's going to feed back to the pocket. Giving now Jacob a solid opportunity to start working on getting another one on his side here. But let's go. Let's do a rail stroke showing up here a little bit. Looks like for Jacob, which is really, really good, really nice. You usually start putting balls well, not overpowering shots. Ooh, that bounce gets really favorable in a positive way. Hit this really thin, feed the cue ball with a little bit of top edge. You must have like the 8 call, the 8, alright. Big shot here to shape the 9. Gonna hit this a little big, but with control. There we go. Starting to see some of that 454 Fargo show up here now in this rack. 1 rail, maybe 2 rail shape for the 10. Oof. A lot thick on that shot, though. Sell out. A long shot to Raymond. Raymond get natural angle to shape the 10 here. Just pots the ball well. Center pocket. This shows the work that Raymond's been putting in. It's become a pretty formidable player to deal with. Goes to the hill. Alright, so 8-1, Raymond on the hill. Raymond the break. You know, it's one of those things that I've noticed a lot as well here, as all the matches that we've seen, is everyone for so many years talk about, breaking and running racks and putting together what we call packs of balls. So if you break and run two, that's 2 pack, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, those are the packs. And, you see pros, Shane Van Boning, Filler, Gorst, name them. They can put together these 3, 5, 7, 10 packs pretty consistently, or any player really, 700 plus putting together packs of balls. And on the 7-foot table, just seeing, players break and run, it just kind of seems like it goes in like, like little lulls. And it's so difficult to do, especially at 10 ball. In 9 ball, it's much easier, and that 1 ball difference of 10 ball really makes a break and run that much more challenging. It's especially getting shape on the first ball, and that's what we're seeing right here, where solid break, decent ball, movement. However, now how well can you jump or how well can you kick? You have to push. You have to maintain table control. And so 10 ball becoming a battle game now. And we're going to see a push shot here. He's going to push to the angle. And here's what he probably knows, or what I believe he should know, is where this ball is, this 4 ball. That's the problem. It doesn't look like a problem. but it is a problem. It's a percentage problem. Because if I believe, is this the 3 over here, or is it not? A little bit of colorblind commentator coming into play, but if it's not, there's the 4, there's the 2 ball here. But yeah, the same thing. It's just there's that problem of getting that shape to that transfer. Jacob working to hit it thin. Didn't quite get there, but he does open it up more. And we're still stuck with the 4 ball problem. It's manageable. It's very manageable. You just got to get really good on shape. Does he do it? He kind of does. But now he's got to hit another shot. Does he go this way and get wide out here? He doesn't. He decides to go inside. He could thin it to win it. You know, that's what we call it. But he's just got to hit right here on the ball. And he's got to hit it with this side of the ball. So that's the amount of precision that it takes. And I'm sorry, Raymond, you have to pause before you hit that ball if you're going to make that thin cut work. Opens up the bank angle for Raymond. It's a good attempt here by Jacob. But does this angle here just come through this? See which of the pockets you get good shape on for the 5. Oh, he makes that look sexy, to quote Darren Morgan. Go to the long pot. Yep. Take the good enough angle for the 6. No, he's got to make the 6 about right here. No, that's a little too underneath. He's got to make the 6 about right here. The speed of making the 6 there with a little top will shape the 8 fairly natural. And from here, it's dealer's choice on how you want to get to the 9. The 9 can go, there's 5 pockets, 6 pockets it can go into. Doesn't like the fact that he has to do it this way. He might want to bank this to get the percentage higher. Otherwise, he's going to come way out here on this ball. But the bank shot increases the percentage of the ball going in, I think. Yeah. He gets a little dangerous there. Oh, so Jacob has a great opportunity here to come up with another one on the board. Just come up on this outside edge of the ball right there. And then it'll naturally shape down here for the 10. Yep. Punches a little bit, but that works too. Roll the 10 in with a little bit of extra right between the angle. Yeah, come up for 2. All right, so Jacob getting a little bit of muster in this fight. They might be trying to figure out whose turn it is to rack. Sometimes that becomes a thing. Sometimes you can look at the Salotto app as you've been marking that and figure it out. But if there's no weight, it's typically pretty easy because the lag is the odd break. I'm saying that correctly, yeah. And typically, a lot of times these matches will go to an odd number, like the 9. So that way, if it went hill, if it was 8-8, then the person that won the lag would have the break, and that would be their one advantage of winning the lag, in that they can go out there and break and see if they can't break and run, have table control, do anything and everything they can do to maintain getting out that racket. Man, that was a nice looking break for potting balls. However, the one shape might be a little tight past the 8 ball. He does have ability to throw the ball a little bit here through the pocket. He does shoot that very well. You have to give him a little bit of applause. That's a good shot. Doesn't quite get the shape that he wants. But still. Ooh. Gets over the ball. Doesn't quite make it shape here. Doesn't get impact. Just balling him back to Raymond. Now Raymond here might consider working on 3 foul. So he gets him on 1, and that's one of those things you gotta start thinking about here. This table looks really runnable, and it is very runnable, but the angles are just not all. Let's do it. The 2 to the 3 takes some work. If he could shoot the 2 up the opposite direction and bury the heel behind the 8 and start working on a 3 foul. Because otherwise you have to deal with this. Oh, he gives a good impact back. So, yeah, something to think about too. Sometimes when you're in those situations of looking at the entire table when you're playing 10 ball and consider the 3 foul still. Not because it's undistinguished, not because it's not playing pool well. It's because it's the best choice. And challenge your opponent. You're back to not only your opponent but yourself. Because if you're going for 3 foul, you're challenging every part of your ability and every part of your opponent's ability. And that was a very nice shot. He really put a solid stroke in the angle of that ball to get movement to reshape. Now he's got to get this going forward well. He did it all correctly, I felt like, except for Paulson. Waiting to make the shot that up. I only say that because I know he's going to watch it. I know he knows what happened. Oof, oof. Don't fall. Don't. Oh, I was hoping that would fall in. Because if it hadn't fallen, that would be a nice situational safety for Jacob. So Raymond here going to go 2 rails to shape the 7 with just a little spin. Going to get on the side of it he doesn't like. I think he could have spent more time getting to the bottom inside edge of the ball to get downhill by about another diamond, but manageable. Just got traffic to deal with now. It's going to put him in a crossing guard situation. It's got to hit this really well to shape the 8 now. Oh, uses the 9 to get through it. Bumps the 9 out. Wow. Alright, so just take your time to figure out now. You're going to the corner pocket. We know that. You got to go forward, I think, to shape the 9 ball here and just hit it. Hit it strong and hit it well. Don't hit it hard. A lot of good forward stroke. Does the stroke well, gets straight down the table. Doesn't quite get there with the speed, though. I don't know if he has enough room to make the 9 now. It's tough. Back, yeah, you can bank it. It's gonna, but if you spend enough time for speed control for the 10, yeah, that's the thing about when you're going for a lower percentage shot like that is spending a little more time to see the finish and let your mind get to the adjustment of getting to the 10 ball, because then you get the ability to make the ball better, I feel like. So he saw the bank shot, and I'm not going to take away from Jacob here. Very nice finish there, Jacob. They really strong long cut shot to get back in for 3-8. Yeah, so it's less about what I was saying about Raven making the shot. Making the shot is understanding what it takes to do that well, and what I believe it is. With that bank shot, if he knows how to make the bank shot, that's great. That was a makeable bank shot. But when you get to do that, you look at the leave of the ball, and then you have to understand that the leave of the ball's the speed here, and then finish that thought process before you ever get down, and finish it completely. So that way, when you get down and you go to strike the ball, stroke the ball, impact the ball, whichever one you choose to, verbiage you choose to use, you can relax and naturally just let your body do what it's going to do to execute that shot. Extremely difficult to do, though, and to become consistent. It's one of the factors to pull that is challenging. Pot's 2 balls, but Barry's behind the 10. Push shot. Always with a push shot, you want to not hit it so well that it's hidden, but give your opponent the opportunity to say they might take it or give it back. I rarely give them back if I can see the ball because I want a safety. I don't care how bad my safety is, I want a safety. Because amongst the bad safeties, even if they're low percentage, there are good safeties. The only way you can develop your bad safeties more consistent than good safeties is to fight through every opportunity that you're getting. So if I can see the next ball, it's a decent opportunity. I'm probably shooting it for growth, whatever that looks like. If I can't see it, if the kick shot is, if it's lackluster no matter what, I might give it back. All right, so here we go. On the hill, Raymond has the chance here to start working on a 3 foul. Just got to really pay attention to the cue ball speed control here. He hits a little fast. I would rather, he did okay, but I'd like to see him come out and punch it a little more this way and get it tighter than that and not give back that opportunity. Now, Jacob not quite getting there with it, but still. So, Raymond's saying he doesn't know what to do exactly. But if he looks at some of these angles, I don't know if this is my best option either here too. But if you put draw on this ball and come this way, you could bury it back down here. That's one way. Here, yeah, you could do what he's doing here and come the other. He makes the ball. Oh, look at this. This is not bad. He can make as many balls as he wants and still put his opponent on 3 here. I don't know that. I wonder if going the other way could have been better because he could kick this over here and put the cue ball this way. He left an edge of the ball. Does Jacob hit it? He does. He hits it well. Does he? Oh, and he's foul. Oh. Did he call it? Did he tell him? What are we looking at here? All right, that looks like it, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Raymond wins 9-3 against Jacob EASLEY here for top of the valley. So Raymond STO TOMAS taking first place. I'd like to thank EVO Cues, Peggy Lane, and Salotto, and all the players at top of the valley. I look forward to seeing as many of you join as possible as we continue to grow this thing, continue to keep it going. I will go ahead here and end this thing. Hope everyone has a good evening. Shoot well, everyone. Let's go.